Okay. I think we're there, brother. You got show notes?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just going to go with it worked for the last one, so hopefully it's working for this one. Everybody out there, we're doing something a little bit different tonight. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and
We're everywhere.
Twitch. We are everywhere. All right, you ready? I'm going to hit the button.
Where are we at? Oh, there we go.
All right, buddy, I'm Brian.
I'm Joey. Oh, we're starting.
We're starting, buddy. We're
The
here.
pre-show show?
Yeah, no, we didn't know pre-show show. We've been live for a few minutes.
Hello, Paul. Hello, Gary.
Today is Tuesday, January 19th, 2021. Welcome, everybody, to the Maryland Fishing Line, episode 35. It's the podcast. If folks haven't been here before, we spend a little bit of time every week talking about fishing throughout the great state of Maryland, from saltwater to freshwater. We try to cover it all. We got a couple of specific things to talk about tonight, Joey. Did you know there are some proposed regulation changes to the striped bass fishery that are open for conversation? And the first ever Maryland record for a flathead catfish was just recently caught. How are you doing this week, Joey?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
I did not fish between episodes. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't either.
Well, first times in a while. Well, no.
I haven't fished this year yet. I've been working so much.
I've already caught fish this year.
I have been working like crazy on getting the kayak thing set up and trying to get all the parts and pieces. All of that.
Kayak's not far away from being done. One of them.
I hope. I was going to ask
Tried to
you about
get
that.
more at once, but it might not work. But
when do they have a projected date on it yet?
June 7th. I was told that the 29th it would be done.
Okay.
Dave sounds like he'll be down there, so he likes to just pick it up.
Good deal. Good deal.
Easy trip.
And as usual, folks, we're going to talk about fishing, kayaks, because that's what we do. We got folks in the live stream, and tonight we're doing things a little differently.
Oh, yeah, I got to switch over to the...
We are in live streaming on YouTube, we're live streaming on Facebook, and we're live streaming to Twitch as well, with a totally integrated chat interface that Joey is
monitoring.
the monitor of. So if you've got chat things,
one job.
you got to jump in there. Folks, the Maryland Fishing Line is a production of the Angler Magazine Chesapeake Edition. Before we get too deep into the show tonight, though, I want to thank our sponsors, Waterfront Marine in Edgewater, Maryland.
Phil?
Dealing in Robalo fishing boats, Chaparral pleasure boats, and Bennington pontoon boats. You can find out more about them on their website at waterfrontmarine.com. JMJ Firearms in Mechanicsville, Maryland. Modern Air HVAC in Mechanicsville, Maryland. Everybody, Joseph at JMJ and Modern Air, an outstanding supporter of everything we're doing over here. A huge shout out. Robin Caballaro at Remax One, a fantastic real estate agent. Stoney's Kingfishers in Solomons, Maryland. Scotts Cove Marina, Deal Island, Maryland. Huntingtown Automotive, Huntingtown, Maryland. And Eat Chesapeake in Dunkirk, Rosehaven, and Bowie, otherwise known as the Chesapeake Grill. You're going to find links to these folks in the show notes or in the show description. Make sure to let them know you heard about them here.
With Purd.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you could do that without looking?
No, I could not do that.
I feel like I'm getting really close.
Whew, I could not do that.
It's where Robin Caballero, whatever her name is, comes into play. That I sometimes like.
I could not do that.
Robalo fishing boats. I got it almost memorized.
No, I couldn't do that at all.
Hey, Phil.
What's going on? You've got people in the live stream. Where are they coming
Carrie,
at us from?
Paul, Robert, Phil, Brian talked about an app in the Bike Podcast that warns you of weather changes in areas that you said. Does that work on the water?
I use Stormy on the water.
I use Windy on the water.
Windy, that's it. Windy. I apologize.
Windy, I check a lot.
Stormy. Windy is a fantastic app.
I love Windy.
Yeah, and it gives you a tide.
Tides, everything.
Gives you everything you need to know.
I'll give you the full moon. Brendan's here. The chat thing is cool. So,
dear Lord, Brendan's here.
It actually, in the last podcast, got close, and I had to stop reading what people wrote.
No.
No, it happens.
Yeah, it happens. Just mind your P's and Q's, or else we're gonna
block it.
I'll block it out. Hey, Brendan, we're on Twitch tonight, buddy. I
figured he'd be on Twitch talking to us.
Yeah, Brendan's
I still don't know. I learned about Twitch tonight. I've heard it a little bit here and there, but
So, what's going on around the state, Joey? You seen anybody catching any fish?
yeah, everyone. I mean, without looking at show notes, people are hitting Deep Creek. Deep Creek's fishing well with the ice. Pickerel. People are slaying the pickerel.
Walleye out of Deep
The
Creek.
walleye and pickerel up at Deep Creek look awesome.
Yep.
How there's that much ice on the lake now, I don't know. It's always weird.
I don't understand that.
I don't know.
I would
Still a
not
little
feel
ecosystem
comfortable
up there.
at all.
But in the show notes, there's probably something going on around the state. Let's see.
No, I didn't put anything in the show
You don't know?
notes.
Okay. All right. Well, to be fair,
You hit them all, I
so
think.
there's that. Maryland DNR is stocking trout throughout the state. So if you want to figure out where trout stockings are, it's a really long address, bullcrap. But just Google Maryland DNR trout stockings. It'll pop up.
Yeah.
They started it, I think, 2 weeks ago. They've hit Calvert Cliffs down here. They're kind of working their way around the state. That's always fun, especially with kids.
Yeah.
Put some corn on a bobber because those are dumb trout. They're used to eating pellet food.
Yeah.
Like dog food.
So just take a bunch of corn, throw it out there, and one of them has a hook in it.
That's how
it.
my
That's
dad
all you do.
took me when I was young. I love fishing Calvert Cliffs when I was young like that. And catch a nice little. You catch a couple trout, take them home, cook them up.
Yeah.
I don't know. My mom made them. I didn't eat them.
Nah.
I don't eat a lot of fish. I love fish, but I don't eat a lot of fish.
I
I don't even
eat
love a
whole
lot of fish.
Oh.
I like oysters though. Let's see. Hey, Sean.
We
Phil's-
mentioned it. Wait a minute. Sean's here in the last podcast. Sean dropped a new video on his Sean's Rustic Designs YouTube channel just today, and I was starting to watch it in the truck while I was waiting for you to come home on carving. He carves really cool flags.
Yeah, he does.
And
His woodworking skills
man,
are amazing.
Legit. Like super awesome. So y'all haven't checked that out yet. Check that out.
So Phil wants to know, but does Wendy alert you of the change, or did I misunderstood the description of what the app? So
yeah, go ahead.
Well, so Wendy doesn't alert me. Wendy gives me a lot of data. It shows me wind direction. I can look at projected wind speed and direction up to gut. There's way more in Wendy than I know what to do with.
Yep.
From what I understand, the app that I just learned about, it'll give you projected weather around. I also set up alerts that project onto my Garmin if there's a thing, but I'm usually pretty up and up if I'm not. Even when I'm out of my dock, I'm always on the weather, even if I can get back quickly. But if I'm going somewhere, I am shooting my weather to my Garmin to give me alerts.
Yeah.
Or I'm pulling my phone out frequently.
Yeah, my watch does that. My
Yes.
Garmin.
Although I've been having issues with storm alert and the barometric pressure thing. I think it gets clogged up.
So yeah, that's one of the things they talked about is that the sensors on these instincts
on the inside?
are the inside. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they get clogged up with all sort of skin stuff. They're problematic.
But I check a couple weather apps and Windy before I go out any time.
What's your process? What's the order in which you do those things? So like say it's
So if I know I'm going fishing anytime,
okay, yeah.
hop on, check tide chart.
Tide charts first.
And then I try to make sure the tide chart matches Windy's tide chart.
Okay.
And then it's usually off because the tides are crazy this year, so that doesn't matter. I hop on Windy. I look at Windy in detail, double check it with the Weather Channel, and then I look at Weather Underground.
Okay.
And then I probably go back and check the tides again and the moon.
Okay. So that's so the tides first, wind second.
Yeah.
Confirm tides. Confirm. So it's basically tide wind.
Because what'll happen, and I'm probably getting too anal about it, but there's the different factors. So tide will change where I go, and then wind will change where I go. But if I get the right tide and the right wind, I can go 4 different ways depending on how any of those line up.
Yeah.
Or if I say screw it, I just go out to a couple of spots. But I'm fortunate in the creek here where I can pick multiple ways depending on the wind and the tide.
Yeah.
And if I want to get out of it or this or that.
Yeah.
So that's my process.
Okay.
I just don't fish enough freshwater to
So I
not worry about tides.
I think what you're saying is, Phil was specifically asking about the apps. Is Windy is probably the go-to.
Windy, yeah. If I had to pick one, at the end of the day, it'd be Windy.
Yeah, and Robert just popped in at the bottom. It's free, so hard to beat that. Anybody else have questions in the live stream before we get into anything else?
Casey wants to know, how do you find us on Twitch? I don't know how that works.
Search for Chesapeake Angler Magazine, or I'm actually doing everything under the same Twitch channel right now for the Gravel podcast and the fishing podcast, and I haven't split out the Twitch channels yet, so not sure if that's going to get any traction. I'll wait and see if that gets traction before I actually split it out.
Kyle said, "I wish I could find some dumb carp. I've tried the corn. I don't know. I've always had luck when I was younger with corn and my dad.
Yeah,
and then I tried the dough ball thing as I got older.
Are carp dumb? I don't.
Carp are.
Yeah, I don't think carp are dumb.
It's funny because you talk to bait fishermen about carp, and they're a dumb, stupid fish. It is 180 degrees when you talk carp in the fly fishing thing.
Yeah,
it is like 180.
Yeah.
Carp are now like praised in the fly fishing thing. They are so smart.
Freshwater
tarpon.
tarpon.
So picky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grass carp are like one of the hardest fish to catch.
Yeah.
Anyway, I go on a carp rant, but I love carp fishing on my fly rod. It is.
I actually want to target some carp because we've got a lot of carp in the.
Remember,
in
that's
the
what I
creek.
wanted earlier in the one time I went to your house last year.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back up and look for carp.
Yeah.
When it got windy.
I don't think they were quite there yet.
No.
I don't think they were there yet.
Carp's for me is a sight fishing thing versus chucking out a sinker and some corn and dough ball. You're like stalking them.
Yeah.
So.
So I guess Willie
Brandon's on YouTube. Just listen to us on YouTube.
Willie, I guess Robert is different than Windy. I thought that was a typo. So Willie is free. Windy, I don't pay for Windy.
I don't think I pay for Windy.
I don't pay for Windy.
I don't see it pop up in my monthly bill.
There are certain features that you can turn on with Windy,
but the free thing I have is enough.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Paul just said carp tournaments are big in Europe, and it's like almost all the carp videos I watch on YouTube are in Europe.
I got to send you some really
England.
cool fly fishing ones.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. They're kind of like the dirty mountain bikers, the fly, like the, like the Racetown guys. I don't know. It's cool.
Scrubby guys. Yeah.
I don't know. You hook up with a carp this big on like an 8 or 9 weight fly rod, and man, those are so strong. They'll put you in the backing like 4 times. I
actually want to really target some this year and see if I can't make something happen on that.
Anything? The carp capital of Coward
is where?
It could be you.
It could
Once you capitalize on something no one else around here fishes for.
It could be. It could be easily. Yeah, it could easily be. Okay. You want to go first? You got anything that you've done this? You got anything going on in the shop with boats, kayaks, anything? What's going on?
No. January. Yak Attack still hasn't fulfilled my order from like 2 weeks ago. I have stuff in there for a lot of people. I did order some angling paddles from Bending Branches because I've had some requests in them. I just don't carry a lot of equipment over into January. Yeah. After we shut down the doors in October, we got very fortunate here. We didn't carry a lot of anything over. But I think I said it last time. Yeah, I'm restocking on stuff I normally wouldn't have. However, the hype is still around, even for the middle of January.
Yeah.
No, I'll say, still the same. I still get I've been getting a lot of foot traffic though for kayaks and kayak stuff and stuff I can't get, and it's really hard telling people that. I feel like I wish I could just give them a card and it kind of explains it to them. Yeah. Although now this is why I haven't put any holes in my kayak. Talking with Marcus and looking at some stuff, like totally different system with starting my kayak in February, because in February is my time I was going to start my kayak.
Yeah.
I think I had to have my lights and stuff planned out and everything. My biggest fear was punching a huge hole in my boat.
Sure.
The switch panel.
Sure.
It's anyone's biggest fear, unless you have a nice native Slayer Max with a little panel. And
that's such a nice feature.
That boat is so nice to rig up in the battery box and all. I am going to go, with the help of Marcus and some brainstorming, the Greg Blanchard route of setting up my battery and everything.
Okay.
So what that means, because I still have my man crush on Greg Blanchard, if you haven't seen his video on how he sets up his Titan 10.5, it's amazing.
I need to watch that.
So much crap on there.
I need to watch that.
But it's just thought out so well. And they're the Headwater guys and Yak Mandu's his name. I don't know what his real name is. He's an awesome kayak rigger. He also threw me through a loop because they have a video on this Titan 13.5 decked out that some lady wants me to literally do the. Her name's T. I'm still writing out the process of how to build this boat.
Okay.
Dual power poles, one of the Spotlock GPS, Minn Kotas, everything. Anyway, back to that. I'm going to probably take a Yak Attack black box, and I'm gonna. I don't take a lot of. I don't know if you're. No, I don't take a lot. I'm very minimal.
You're very lean.
2 Plano boxes.
Yeah, you're very lean.
Fly things.
Super lean.
I don't have a lot of gear. So I'm going to separate part of my black box. I'm going to seal it up. I'll probably get like another piece of, because the black box is basically made out of cutting board, or that starboard stuff.
Starboard, yeah.
And I'm going to put a panel in there to block everything off. And the front part is going to hold my battery, and all my wiring will be hidden in there. But I'm also going to put my USB charger on the box. I'm going to put all my plugins on the box.
Right.
And on the side of my box is where I'm going to put my lights for the rear. So I'm not drilling into my boat.
Oh,
and then my wiring it'll be very sleek. It will run into the rudder handle that's a little plastic piece.
Right.
So I can punch through that real easy. So I'll have a quick connect on the outside, and everything will be in that box.
That is really cool. And that's how Greg, you said that's how Greg Blanchard does it?
His is ridiculous, though. And he has a huge battery, and he has a version of that.
Okay.
And
I love that idea.
So I'm putting lights in the front, but on the back is where I'm going to put my rear lights, and I'm going to attach them into the box.
Why don't you do 2 batteries?
Well, I might. So I only have a 7 amp hour.
Yeah, just get another 7 amp hour.
Yeah,
and put it up in the front, and then you don't have to do that whole.
Oh no, I'm going to run them both back there.
Wow.
So you think about it, my Garmin, everything is right by my seat.
They're lighting up. The lithiums are lighting up. They're not going to be a weight issue. Yeah.
I got a funny story. No, I say 2 of those put in there. And then, it's really cool we talked about was on top of the black box, a little solar panel. Plug it into, and it just continuously charge.
That's actually pretty. In the 7 amps, it would actually take that.
And to do all that, we also thought about using an ammo can under the seat. And you can build the ammo can at like the Dakota lithium box. And it's a fraction of the cost.
Wow.
I don't have to buy a bunch of different stuff. It's going to be so easy.
Yeah.
So I need to reevaluate with my dad how we're going to do his
You could even put a little voltmeter on that box.
No, I'm doing a voltmeter and chargers.
Yeah.
They have those like 3-piece strips.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I want a voltmeter. But even with my Garmin in running lights, I mean, I'll run 2 7 amp hour Dakota lithium batteries.
So this is the kind of stuff that winter is for.
Oh, yeah.
Quite honestly. This is what winter is for.
Yeah. So my biggest damage to my boat is a really small hole by my rudder handle, which is replaceable.
Right.
And I will sink a couple, probably 6 or 8 inch little strip lights from West Marine, but they're not it's very small holes.
Okay.
So it's minimal. Marcus has he's the one that showed me them, and they're really clean. He already put his in, so that it's not like some of them where you have to actually cut out the box of it, and it's got to be flush mounted. He also spent like $1,000 and returned about everything. But what was really cool is he took it all out of the packaging, and we went light by light. It worked. He returned it all. He kept what he wanted. He told the lady what he was doing.
Yeah.
And he bought a little battery, so we were able to try it out. I don't know. It was cool.
Yeah, it's smart. It's a smart way to do it. Marcus doesn't let any grass grow under his feet.
No, he doesn't.
If he's not going to do something, he's like, okay, it's going to be done within a few days. And he does it right.
Yeah. He's going to help me with my wiring and setting it up. Yeah. I know enough to get me somewhere, but there's way more efficient ways.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like my rant of the week. I didn't fish at all, but I was telling you I'll probably go up to some river on Monday for the trout.
So I would love to get in on that with you. If you actually do that, you have to let me know.
I told you after last week before I was I didn't say anything to you because you were.
I was still in COVID land. Yeah. I was still in COVID quasi isolation quarantine kind of thing, and I got my test back today. I got it back yesterday. COVID free.
Yeah, but crazy.
So it worked really well. My plan of moving through the airport obviously worked because I was in a very crowded airport and in a very crowded airplane, and I was able to avoid it. So I got a couple of kayak outfitters updates. I've ordered batteries. Spent a lot of money on Dakota lithium batteries.
Spent a lot of money in general.
Oh,
What did you buy?
10 amp hour.
Oh,
Yep. So I got 4 of them.
before you get too deep,
Yeah.
did I tell you the battery story of Marcus at all before this?
No.
Sorry. Marcus had me come out to his car the other day when he was, I think I had Shannon's bike. He's like, I told Shannon the amount, like the kind of the dollar amount I wanted for a battery and what I wanted to use it for. She got him a 60, it was like 57 pound full RV, the guy at the battery store. He's like, you have to lift it. I had to like reposition myself. And it, like you put in the kayak, it'd be like this. And oh my God, it was huge. Sorry, I had to say that. It's like, I don't think it's going to fit in the battery box.
In the boat. You could put that in the boat instead of you, maybe. That would be about it.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about those Dakota Lithiums is that they're so light.
That's that's my sales
so
pitch to
light.
Dakota Lithium.
Yeah. Phil wanted to know if you got your second dose. He's waiting for you to turn into a vampire or something.
No, I'm still waiting on that.
Still waiting on your second.
I'm trying to get my second dose on my Friday because I've heard everyone's getting a little flu. It's your body reacting, so I'm trying to do it so I'm not at work.
Yeah. Smart.
So, but I do know enough wiring to be dangerous.
I've also got so the Fort Hill kayak anglers. I've actually got members now. I want to give a shout out to Robert, to Chris, and to Sean, who all came on board as my original Fort Hill kayak angler fuckas. And
I forgot about the fuckas.
The original fuckas are here, and I'm very excited. I have got T-shirts coming for them. I've got stickers coming that are both Fucka and Maryland Kayak Outfitters. I've got magnets that are coming. I've even got some hats that I've ordered, some real cheap, like twill hats and stuff. I'm going all in on
You
this.
need like those foam, like Bass Pro, like the $5 Bass Pro type of hats?
No, these are like
hats.
the little twill, like real soft dad caps. Soft dad caps. Yeah, they're real small, low profile dad caps.
I hate those.
And yeah, I know, but that's okay. They were like
My head just doesn't acquire the right
$6.
shape.
Your hair wouldn't fit
My
inside.
hair wouldn't fit.
So yeah, I've got my founding fuckas. They're my OG fuckas. And
Do you have a number? Like, does everyone get a number?
I thought about that, but
You
I
can give them
thought
badges too?
I thought it would be a little derivative of what we do with sick to do the fucking numbers. Do you think that would be derivative, or do you think it would be just?
I was poking at sick.
Okay.
And I said badges too.
Yeah, well, we could do badges. I'm actually going to do.
But badges would be cool though.
Super cool. Badges and stickers. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I am going to do.
It's like on the front of an airplane, like kill count.
I got a super cool couple things to talk about.
Sorry, I'll shut up.
That's okay. It's okay because you're giving me good ideas. I am going to do a fuck up tournament on. You got to be a Fort Hill kayaking. I'm going to have different types of fish, and I'm going to have on the creek and off the creek. And then I'm also going to get, I think we talked about this last week, your idea to get the little ice poles.
Yeah.
So who catches the
serious
biggest?
about that.
Yeah, who catches the biggest fish on an
Get
ice
those
pole?
carp on there.
Yep. Get a big old carp on an ice pole. If you break the pole, you automatically win something. I don't know. So if the fish breaks the pole, I don't know, something fun. And it's going to be, like, there's not going to be rules to it. It's kind of like, here, you take a picture of your fish on a board. A lot like KBF, where if your hand is in the way of the dorsal pectoral fin and no, just take a picture of a fish on a board, give us a length. And so it's just going to be internal to the
Does that be
membership.
like an official catch board?
No, just on whatever kind of board you got to measure a fish with. It's fun. It's like just internal to the club, internal to
What
the
do I
group.
win?
Nothing. Well, maybe something. I don't know. I don't
Superior
know.
fucker
You will be the best fucker
of the week.
ever to come along. Yep.
Yeah,
Phil, yeah, there we go.
Brandon,
We're going to get banned.
Brandon.
I know. Yeah, we're going to have to tone that stuff down.
No, I think he was referring to Brennan's reference.
Oh, I can't.
moms,
I can't keep up with all
mothers.
this stuff. The other thing I'm adding, and you and I bounce this around because you're my sounding board, Joey. Because you've been renting kayaks and you're going to do some.
15 years. No,
Yeah, you've been
I've
doing
done
it a
for while.
long time.
I took a little break.
I am trying to come up with a plan where you can purchase a season club kind of membership for the boats.
I'm gonna be your. I just think I'm gonna be your first.
You want to do it?
I just want to show up. Not do anything.
And that's
I
what
want
it's
you
going to
to
be.
wipe my butt.
It's going to be, it's an unlimited kayak rental
Yeah.
for the season. And you can basically show up. You get off work. You don't even have to have gear in your car. You show up. He's like, I want to go fishing tonight. It's pretty nice.
That's what I'm saying.
And just boom, there it is.
I don't want to unload all my stuff.
Yeah.
I want to take that little ice rod, ice fishing rod.
Yeah.
Catch me one.
So I'm coming up with a right number for what that's going to look like. You and I have talked about it. I'm not sure I've actually landed on it yet. I'm getting close. I talked to the people at Fair Harbor. I'm getting the reservation system set up. Thank you for that as well. So things are coming along, dude. Things are really coming along well. And I'm excited. People are excited about it. And I'm excited that people are excited about it. So
you got your waiver figured out?
Smart waiver. Just like you said.
Dotted line, then you just let them go.
It works at the same time it works with Fair Harbor. Everything's integrated. Everything's tight.
I just realized I never unsigned off my like $60 a month plan.
Oh, geez.
I did.
Because you can back it up.
Yeah,
just to
do
the
$5.
Yeah.
Well, I paid like $100 and something bucks.
So is there anything actually in the live stream, Joey, that we should be paying attention to?
A lot of fucka talk.
Okay. This may be the last week we're gonna actually talk about that on the podcast. Because we could end up getting banned because that's YouTube, one of theirs. They don't like that. That's the thing they don't like.
No.
Well, that and Donald Trump. But
is he banned from fucka?
Yes.
He's on your do not fly list?
Officially. Remember we had a question about who would be a better fisherman, Donald Trump or Joe Biden?
Did we say that?
Yeah, we talked about that 1 week. We actually made some jokes about that.
Both old, I don't care about either of them.
I don't know. Is there anything in the live stream that we should be looking at, Joe?
No. Well, that'd be pretty cool.
So you can actually go to the website now, Maryland Kayak Outfitters, tap on the Fort Hill Kayak Anglers link, and you can actually join Fort Hill Kayak Anglers at the moment. That's how I got my original 3 members. So thank you, everybody, for playing along with that. Joey, there are proposed changes to both the recreational and charter boat summer and fall striped bass fishery.
Holy cow, I just looked at show notes.
So what was proposed? They have proposed 2 things, and this is probably the big one, is closing the recreational summer and fall striped bass fishery from July 16th. Let me make sure I got that clear. July 16th through July 31st. So just like they had the closure in the...
Did they have that this year?
They had it, but it was towards the end of August.
Oh.
This is like a whole month earlier. Same thing, about a 2-week window. I'm not sure what the whole switch in the time of the year is all about. Maybe the year of the young kind of index maybe had some sort of play in that. Maybe some of the surveys that they did said this is the better time. I actually think from a water temperature perspective, this is the better time of the year to do that.
Shut the whole season down.
Because at the end of August, well, no, because it's also, the other thing they've done is they've defined the word target, which means to catch or attempt to catch. So you cannot catch, nor can you attempt to catch rockfish during that closure.
You ain't throwing them 6-inch Zara spooks out there for some bluegill, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So it's a change. It's a change, and it's the same. It's a 2-week window, just like they did in August. And it's also interesting that these rules are going to apply to both recreational anglers and charter boats. It's going to apply throughout the Chesapeake Bay and its tidal tributaries, including the tributaries of the Potomac. This is just falling right in line with the Atlantic States Marine Fisheries Commission recommendations for the closure period for the recreational fishery that they implemented for the year 2020 and is being updated now for the future. So it's the exact same thing, exact same reasoning. Why there's a whole month difference in the dates, I don't know. I can't explain. They didn't really go into any detail on that. If anybody has any input on that, it would be very interesting to hear that. So any thoughts on that, Joey? I mean, you say you don't care, but I mean...
No, I didn't. I mean, when I said I didn't care, I mean, it closed down longer.
Yeah.
And there's a livelihood there, and people have to make a living. But
yeah,
I don't know. We're going to get in some serious trouble here soon.
Yeah.
I don't think 2 weeks is enough.
Probably
times.
right.
I think there's maybe different sections. I think sizing needs to change, and I think maybe stretch out. I don't know. Maybe do a week at a time throughout the. I don't know.
Give them different.
What would be most efficient? You're never going to make anyone happy. You're not going to make everyone happy. Sorry.
Yeah. please some of the people some of the time, but you
I
can't
don't
please
know.
all the
Some
people all
people
the
are
time.
so stuck on. I think more people are upset that someone's telling them they can't do something than like, oh, let's go out and catch redfish or let's go find snakehead.
Then, so what you're saying is they're more upset that there's
People
a regulation in place than
People
they,
don't like being told what to do.
yeah, than they are that the fishery could be in trouble.
Yeah.
So
They
they're
don't
more,
care about that. They just, don't tell me what to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I can see that.
I don't know. We're so diverse now up here. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious though that the whole like circle hooks when live bait and you know all that's not working. You see the same. You see the mortality issues like up in the flats. You see the float. The reports. You see the floating fish. So those things aren't working.
Yeah.
I don't know that a season closure is in order because that'd be really difficult.
What was the last moratorium?
Yeah,
Like early 2000s.
Yeah.
Bounced back really well.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be honest with you though. If the redfish come in,
People learn about them.
if people come in, if the redfish come in like we're hoping and predicting they're going to come in,
And they taste good.
yeah, I think that people will.
People want to fill up a cooler and take pictures.
Yeah,
And, well, that's cool and all. You don't, I don't know. That's the biggest thing. Like when we were just talking about lobbying up at Capitol Hill when I was up there a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing that came up was and how recreational charters fall under certain recreational things. And the biggest thing with charter boats, and whether it's inshore or offshore, is filling up coolers.
Yeah,
Everyone has to freaking fill up a cooler.
yeah,
And which is fine and dandy, but there's a lot of coolers out there.
Yeah.
You get a big old Yeti. I mean, something that's going on a big old charter boat. I mean, one of those full. I don't know.
We've seen the pictures of people catching 300 spot and filling up a cooler, and that's just all about counting the number of fish you can put. There's no way you're.
It's a lot of cleaning.
That's a lot of fish to clean. Exactly.
But
Exactly.
you're not going to make everyone happy. Every state doesn't get on board.
I think that was somebody noted that. Somebody noted that in the live stream chat.
They're always back and forth. It is never the same.
Until there's a concerted regional effort
Yeah.
that crosses state boundaries, you're really just pissing in the wind.
Yeah. And I said, there's still people that need to do their jobs, and their jobs revolve around it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, their jobs only going to last so long. This is part of things, we're working with before the salt, or just when the Saltwater Guides Association started was, similar to all, it's, you got to like make things, things got to last a while. So you got to look at the big picture.
Yeah. I mean, we don't propose to have the ideas of the answers.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody can really do that. But I think what we can do is we can educate folks on the facts that this is taking place. Because this is actually open for conversation right now. Mm-hmm. The regulations are in the proposed phase, and you can go to the DNR website and provide comments.
Yeah.
I would hate to be on the receiving end and have to be the person that has to go through and read all of those comments. I think that would be a horrible, horrible job.
It's like the person that has to deal with my friend Tony when it comes to stuff like this.
Yeah.
He is a strong fighter.
Well,
he does it for a living.
I just also think some of it can be pretty, you're going to get some really dumb, that you have to, almost kind of treat,
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, so I don't know that there's an answer out there, and I just it's something everybody needs to be aware of.
Fixes it.
So,
you just take some of that what's that Billy May stuff?
Flex Seal.
You just throw that Flex Seal on the hole and then just, sorry.
Flex Seal.
Now we're talking about some catfish.
Yeah. A Cecil County resident has officially been recognized by the Maryland Department of Natural Resources as the first ever state record holder for the invasive flathead catfish. The 57-pound, 50-inch long flathead catfish was caught at the end of December somewhere up near a boat ramp on the Susquehanna River. Susquehanna. How did Christine Fisher say that?
I thought it was Susquehanna.
Susquehanna. I can't remember how she said that in her video, but it was so grating. I really like watching her videos, but I had a hard time getting through that one. And this is what was so striking is that fish was actually caught on a plastic swim bait. It was. I would think this time of the year, some sort of.
Mama was wrong again.
Yeah, I don't know. Took 30 minutes to pull it in because he was using the wrong size tackle, medium weight spinning tackle.
We probably didn't expect to catch.
No, you don't expect to catch that. He said he thought it was snagged on a tree and it didn't feel like a fish, but that all changed when all of a sudden it was a fish. So I guess DNR had been waiting for a minimum 40-pound flathead catfish to be caught to actually award the state record. So that was kind of the thing why it was considered. It's the first ever state record. I don't know how long they have been waiting for that. But the fish was actually, that's a big fish, and they cut that thing up, and I guess the fillets went to a whole lot of different friends.
I wouldn't want to eat that.
Oh, flathead? Catfish. But a big one, yeah.
Big one that's on?
Yeah.
That's a lot of mercury in that thing.
We've talked about that before. It's it's a lot of it. So do you know much about flathead? I never really knew much about a flathead because it's not,
I know of the different catfish, but at the end of the day, it's a catfish.
So it's an invasive species
I do know that.
It was introduced in the 1960s. And I did all kind of like Google research for probably like a solid 10 minutes looking for why somebody introduced that fish here, and I couldn't find anything. So, ace reporter Clark Kent over here, I couldn't find the story behind that. But the nice thing about it is that fish does not like the salinity. It can't tolerate the salinity like the blue catfish. Oh. So the blue catfish, they propagated steadily, whereas the flathead catfish has kind of remained isolated in the upper portions of the bay, the Susquehanna River, Potomac River, elk, and sassafras. It came from mid-Ohio, Mississippi river watersheds. They can reach up to 100 pounds and live 20 years. 20 years. That's a long time for a fish. This is from the DNR website that flathead differ greatly in appearance from most other catfish species. Flatheads have a squarish tail, sometimes slightly notched. Their backs and sides are more of an often olive or light brown color with darkened specks. Their bellies are often white or pale. Their heads are compressed, hence the name flathead. They have a protruding jaw, and they are ambush predators that feed at night, and they mostly feed on other fish, which is, a lot like snakehead problem, but they're obviously not as widespread. And they have very few natural predators besides other flathead catfish who eat the young and anglers that catch them. So flatheads aren't able to tolerate the high salinities. They prefer hanging out where the water is cloudy and the currents are slow. They're typically solitary fish and found near fallen or trees or logs or brush piles, laydowns. Young flathead catfish usually prefer shallow water, and adults stay in the deeper waters during the day and move to shallow water at night. So if you want to catch a big flathead, go to the Susquehanna, find a laydown close to deep water, and fish at night.
Put your arm in there.
Put your arm. You could go noodling.
Kyle just said if we keep getting these big catfish, maybe they'll legalize noodling.
That's not legal in Maryland? I didn't even know that wasn't legal. It's stupid, but I watch the videos of that on YouTube sometimes. That just seems so dumb. It really does. I know that
around here you might get a snakehead.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what, a 60-pound catfish biting down on your arm, biting down on your hand. No, underwater, and it's in a hole, and you're underwater.
Looks like chocolate milk?
No. Wonder if anybody in the live stream has ever done that. Kyle, you actually brought it up. Would you actually go noodling?
Kyle, you go noodling?
You go noodling? That's not in my repertoire of things to do. But big flathead catfish, 50, what did I say? It was 57 pounds, 50 inches long. Yeah, hell no. Yeah, Kyle says, no, not doing that. Casey with the fact-based fact check, introduced for recreational catch purposes according to short research. Good job, Case.
Or Thank short
you,
reach.
My fact checker over there. Thank you, Casey.
Do you think the flacos will start noodling?
No, but we had a lot of catfish. That creek is full of carp. St. Leonard Creek is full of carp and full of catfish. Literally to the point that I have seen people that have been up there, like you were talking about, people, the fish would jump up on a paddle boat, like thumping the sides of kayaks as you're going up in those shallows back up at the top end of the creek. I would, Sean, on my luck, I would find a turtle. That's another crazy thing you don't want to be sticking your hand into the mouth of. And we have a Twitch viewer.
Yeah.
Did you see that? And that's Camden. That's my daughter, Camden.
Oh.
Because Camden is a...
I can't pronounce that, even with my glasses.
I can't pronounce that either. She is a moderator.
Persephone?
Persephonea? I don't know how you'd say that. She is a moderator for a gamer that has a very large following over in England. She works to do that as a...
Harry Potter.
Yeah. Yeah, his name is Harry Potter. Huh. That's what it is. I don't know. No, it's Ron Weasley. I feel like Ron Weasley would outgame Harry Potter. Absolutely. No.
Harry's got game.
Think so? I don't know. He's got a scar on his head.
Quidditch.
Okie dokie. So that's that. Flathead catfish, new striper regs. If you're interested in go ahead and comment to DNR on those striper regs if you're so inclined. That's it for this week. You want to do this or that?
Yeah, I feel like I'm missing something, but
I don't know.
I should probably write stuff down in the show notes. You were ahead of the game.
Yeah, I did show notes like Sunday.
Yeah.
We're going to have some good shows tonight. Okay, first item, and of course, anybody in the live stream that would like to play along with our this or that's, please do so. Our last podcast, our live stream went absolutely bonkers, crazy.
Oh, yeah, it was hard to keep up.
Joey had like a full-time job over there. Okay, Joey, first item up, you probably already answered this, on this or that, catfish or carp?
Carp.
Carp. Solely.
But I love eating catfish.
Okay.
I want that 20-inch catfish, nice fillet.
So from an eating perspective, catfish.
Catching perspective, carp all day.
Okay. Now, carp, I understand, have really soft mouths.
Yeah.
Though, so that's why the small hooks to let the baits get in.
Yeah, I think I've said it on here before, like you got fish this big, but you're throwing like size 2 flies or 4, like they're small. Mm-hmm. But their mouths are small and they're, it's tough.
Yeah.
So.
There's something about catfish I'm not a really big fan of. I love to eat them, but I don't like to catch them and clean them and eat them. I'd rather get fresh catfish.
It's one of the only fish I've seen in a long time that I've don't mind. It's like the only fish I'll catch, keep clean.
Oh, really?
Eat. Yeah.
Okay.
My dad had that spot up north on the Patuxent, and we hit it multiple times in a little skiff. I want to try to take kayaks too soon.
Yeah.
But it's I'm going there to catch fish, cook them, eat them that night.
Yeah.
From water to table in a few hours.
See, for me, I don't keep a lot of rockfish,
Nope.
but that's the one that, and I probably caught I probably kept a half dozen fish this year out of the creek, the rockfish.
Filling coolers?
No. Just those little 19 and a half inch fish. What's the live stream consensus over here on that one?
Kyle said carp. Casey said catfish if I'm not cleaning it.
Yep.
My dad said either. My dad likes Long John Silvers. When it comes to eating fish, just catching.
Okay. Second item, Joey, on this week's This or That. This one's got your name all over it. Donuts or cookies?
Oh, so that's a tough one, though.
Uh-huh.
This is
now, let's qualify.
Let's turn this like into the cake and pie because we went real in depth.
We went way deep in the cake and pie. So, donuts could be any class of that type of. It could be.
I got it. I already figured it out.
Okay, it could be cinnamon rolls.
When you
it
think
could be
past Dunkin' Donuts, which is more of like gets you by.
Yeah.
When you start talking like the Amish Market, Sandy Pony, Duck Donuts, donuts all day.
Yeah,
hot donut.
But wait a minute, I'm going to throw out the cookie alternative to you, because the cookie could include brownie.
Cookie.
The cookie. The cookie could also, and this is what gets me.
I don't care.
This is what gets me is those really big chocolate chip thick, and they've got the big chunks of chocolate in them, and they're hot out of the oven.
Unless it's an Otis Spunkmeyer, like when I was in school.
Okay. So that's it. Hands down.
Donut. We did donuts instead of cake at my wedding. Sandy Pony. Mm-hmm. A hot donut when it comes out.
Oh yeah.
Krispy Kreme is okay, but when you go to like a
Krispy Kreme when the hot light is on, and you get the
Those
hot.
things, the problem is you eat them like freaking like.
Well, they basically melt in your mouth.
You eat like 40 of them. And you're like, what did I do?
And you wonder why you feel horrible. You just consume pounds and pounds of sugar.
Yeah, Schuler's. There's a place in my dad's hometown that I love.
Okay.
But man, and then like the Amish market, they're not hot donuts, but they're they remind me of the Schuler's. But you get when you get a maple bacon donut, which literally got maple and bacon on it.
So good. So good.
Sorry, they're just for me. I love cookies.
It's hands down for me. Donuts too.
Man,
now I want a donut. Now I want to go.
I want a real. I don't want. The problem is, remember we used to have fractured prune in Lesbian. We don't have.
So I lived up the other side of the county when the fractured prune was down here, and all those people up in
I was just right in Lesbian.
They would come all the way down to go to fractured prune.
Oh yeah, donuts.
I think it's hands down. I'm looking at the
I'm
live
going to
stream.
Sandy Pony Sunday.
It's
I'm just doing just for donut.
A catfish donut up there.
No, I don't want either.
Phil said in the morning. Oh, this is an interesting answer. In the morning, donuts, and in the evening, cookies. I can see that.
Well, if you have a little belly like me, it's whenever you eat them.
Donuts. I mean, they're even taking over weddings. Said Kyle. Sean said donuts. Casey said donuts. Robert said donuts. Casey said apple cider donuts. Oh yes. Oh, Wigwam. Yes, Robert. Yes, Wigwam over in Waldorf.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've never been there.
Well, it's closed down now. It's not anymore. They used to have the eclairs. Robert, do you remember the eclairs? Yes.
Oh,
and the apple cider donuts that we used to get at.
Did you ever hit Sweet Sue's when they had the eclair challenge?
No,
we set that out at Parvella because how do we do it? Whoever rode the North Beach loop from the shop, which is like 40 mile, 50 mile, the Saturday morning loop, always stopped at Sweet Sue's. Whoever did the eclair challenge and rode back. I forgot what we had for him.
Well, what was it?
It was a 5-pound eclair.
Oh no!
It was.
That's a long ways from Sweet Sue's in North Beach all the way to Parville and Edgewater.
But you didn't ride home.
Yeah, no.
That's like the old 96er of.
You just made me sick.
Oh yeah.
Marcus said cronuts. What's a cronut? I don't know what a cronut is from Shoppers. I don't know what that is.
Do you like Munchkins?
Maybe he'll explain that.
Pop a little, the donut holes.
Donut holes? Is that what those are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are good every so often.
No. I've never really been a fan. There's too much sugar in the donut hole. Way too much sugar in the donut hole.
Do you like Boston cream with the cream filling or that icing filling?
Icing filling. That's not really Boston cream, though. It's just, I like...
Well, the Dunkin' calls it that.
So when I go to Krispy Kreme, the go-to is the hot glazed, the chocolate icing on the glazed donut.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The raspberry filled.
Yeah.
Yes. And the chocolate cream filled. Those 4 donuts right there. I'm getting hungry for donuts right now. Any live stream?
There was a donut place in Cali when I lived there. Had a PB&J sandwich made with a warm glazed donut.
Ooh. That sounds good.
Croissant donut.
That's what a cronut is. A croissant donut.
Ooh.
Okay, and your dad even knew what that was. Croissant donut mix. Okay.
Well, I don't know. I feel like I had something.
Chocolate. Yeah. Chocolate cream filled.
Did I tell you about my Boston Cream Marathon challenge I wanted to do?
No. Tell me about it.
So the Boston Marathon, 26.2. Or I wanted to try something where you set up 26.2 donuts the same day at some event, with some charity thing. The Boston Cream
You would
Marathon.
have to eat 26 and 2/10 of a donut?
Yeah.
And you were going to do that?
I think for a while, I was the only person on the internet talking about it. I had the hashtag and all for it. The Boston Cream Marathon.
Okay.
So.
All right. Back over to this or that. Did anybody else chiming in the live stream?
You want to go to Sandy Pony?
Let's go to man, that'd be awesome.
I need my plates at Subaru, which is right across the street.
I'll go with you in a heartbeat. You know that. Okay, third item on this week's This or That. Joey, boxers or briefs?
You wrote that one?
Yes.
Nothing.
Commando for Joey.
Honestly, I got boxer briefs and boxers. Whatever's clean. I pretty much do everything in the house as much as I can, but I do not touch laundry.
Oh.
So whatever Jessica has clean in the
the bin. You're getting embarrassed to describe whether your boxers or briefs. Now I do both. I go back and forth.
Yeah, so I'm saying whatever.
Yeah.
I tend to rip a lot of holes in the boxer briefs.
The boxer
So
briefs.
when I think briefs, I think whitey tighties.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, never.
Never?
I'm not 5.
Never? You don't
No,
do the
not
tidy
5.
whities? It's so
No, I wear like people want to.
Yeah, people want
Like
to know.
the- like the
Inquiring minds,
Hanes or the
people
Under
want to
Armour.
know. The live stream just got really
Yeah.
quiet.
Like you ever get like the Adidas or Under Armour like boxer briefs?
Yeah. It's what I wear. Yeah.
But not whitey tighties. Not like the right up on you. Like they go on your leg a little bit.
Yeah.
So if you're wearing shorts or something, no one sees your hoo ha.
they ride up.
They look like you might be wearing athletic shorts.
Yeah.
That's what I wear. Or I don't know. I get the quirky old navy underwear or boxers that they have like sharks and stuff on them.
Casey wants to know the better question is do they have the days of the week on them?
It's like the color of the week.
I don't know. Joey's got a magic hamper. It's a secret.
If I'm gonna wear, I'll wear a bikini cut.
I actually thought this would be more fun than it is. I just am the same way. I don't whatever's clean, but boxers or briefs. But I wear the tidy whities. I wear the tidy whities. Yeah, no problems.
Yeah, you're an old man.
Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna let that one go.
Magic hamper.
Last item on this week's This or That: sunscreen or long sleeves.
Both. Do you see this?
Now, when you go out on the
I'm
boat,
a fair-skinned ginger, but I
So-
do get pretty tan.
so I'm not talking about like obviously you put sunscreen on your face.
Oh,
But
it happens to me every year.
So I
I forget early on, and I learned my lesson hard.
you turn into a pink.
But that's
ginger.
like the only time I get burnt. I'm not like Wes.
Yeah, Wes.
I get one real good burn, and that's about it.
Wes could like every week his weekly burn.
Wes got like 2nd degree whatever in the middle of winter last year working at Bud's Creek. I don't know that day. The early in the year, I fished St. George that day all day, and I forgot. I always wear like I never. It's really hard. I try to think about it. I don't wear short sleeve anything, but I.
Yeah, because I've always noticed you do the whole hood thing with
all my
long sleeve shirts and all of that.
There's a bunch of I don't care who they are. I do think more. I'll spend some on something comfortable because I'm out in it all day, but I want a hood on it. I want it to breathe. I neglect my legs is the problem. So my upper is fine. And I wear a hood. I wear a hat. I wear glasses. Sometimes I wear a buff. Remember when buffs were not meant for
Not
COVID?
meant for COVID.
I got so many buffs, which they come in handy now. I needed. I bought pants halfway through the year that were like those really nice lightweight.
Yeah,
they're full pants.
Oh, I remember those. Yeah, not half pants.
Not half pants.
Not half
because I
pants?
kept wearing my half pants.
Full pants.
And I would get that like I kept getting burnt, so then I would really lather up on sunscreen.
Yeah.
And now I'm wearing pants, and then there's something about my feet though. Summertime I have to wear sandals or no shoes, so I do put a crap ton. I went through a lot of sunscreen this year.
Yeah.
And then my dad had skin cancer removed, and I after that wasn't long ago. I started thinking about things way more seriously.
Yeah,
after that.
you think about things differently when it strikes.
And
close
he
to
might have
home.
got it when he was my age.
Yep.
He was always outside in the military and all. It's you don't think about it. He probably got pretty serious on the whole. I told you my whole wardrobe, but
I do the sunscreen on the face. I
you
don't
need to
like
put more on. You get so dark.
Well, I can't help it. The only way for me to not get dark is if I actually stayed indoors, and I'm outdoors from like in the summer, or spring, summer, and fall. I'm pretty much always outside. Yeah. It's either on the bike, or on the boat, one of the two. And the water, with the sun reflecting up off the water, even hats don't really help you. They don't keep you out of it.
Sean said long sleeve sunscreen on legs. Kyle said long sleeve trying to paddle around with sunscreen hands is terrible.
Truth. And you get it in your eyes. Oh my God, that's
also,
horrible.
Aerosol sunscreen is horrible for the environment. My dad said hindsight after skin cancer. Now we'll be both in a rimmed hat. Do you remember my I still have it in my truck, my big bamboo hat.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah, that's probably the best answer we got right there is from your dad. Is like both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I started doing both.
Yeah.
Casey said sunscreen. I hate long sleeves in the warm. I think the right type of long sleeve I find it more comfortable than short sleeve.
Really? How so?
Those shirts I wear are so comfortable. I don't know why.
I haven't found one yet that works for me.
I got a bunch of those. You get the Columbia ones, which aren't bad.
Mm-hmm.
They're soft. You get them at the outlet for like $20, and they have hoods. The Howler Brother ones, hands down the most comfortable. And they did a small freaking batch, and I went to buy more. But I look at it with, if I'm not working in the store, I'm outside at work.
Yeah.
And then I fish all the time. So I put money into some of that stuff. And they didn't come out with new ones until the fall.
So all the Columbia stuff that I wear when I fish all summer, all those those Columbia shirts, they're all SPF 50.
Yeah. The thing I don't like about...
But they're all short sleeve.
I have a lot of the Columbia button downs, especially the really thin. They feel great. They have the weirdest feel when they get sweaty, like when they're on my back.
Yeah.
I can't. The other shirts, Wicket.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a little...
Yeah.
I don't know that. I would say from buying a lot of clothes and experience, the Howler Brother, they're called the Loggerhead.
Yeah.
It's like SPF 50 something. Super comfortable. It dries quicker than my regular button down shirts. I don't know. You get used to wearing the long sleeves.
Yeah.
So,
this is interesting. I'm not sure what this is all about. Check your sunscreen for chemicals that are unsafe to be in waterways.
You didn't know about that?
It means that the chemical is bad to get in the
some
water.
Chemical, yeah.
Okay,
and there's a certain part
I
where
didn't know which way it was going, whether the water
some
was
of those
bad
chemicals
for that.
will kill reefs and stuff.
Okay.
And they're pretty bad to the environment.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And aerosol's bad because aerosol.
Yeah,
but there's chemicals
horrible.
in a lot of sunscreen that, it does a lot of damage once it gets in the water.
Interesting. Yeah, and the Columbia shirts, they are. I mean, the hooded shirts, whether they're the hooded shirts or whether they're like the ones I wear all summer.
My dad wears a bunch of them.
I'd rather wear that than wear a t-shirt, quite honestly.
Oh man, t-shirt when they get wet. Whew.
Yeah. And Billy said, "Do not forget your feet." That can.
That's what I'm saying. Always lather up your feet.
Yeah, always up, always on the feet. Because you're right. Yeah,
your feet your feet getting burnt sensitive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and you got to put a sock on.
So, a little bit of safety information
but
there
I do
too.
keep aloe in the freezer now or the fridge.
For some reason, the podcast stopped recording, Joey.
Oh, how long ago?
I don't know when it.
Did you hit start?
Oh yeah, it was running. You're
probably out of memory card.
Probably out of memory card. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have work to do now.
All right. Yep. I have a lot of work to do now. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up.
On? Let's talk about new subject.
You got anything else you want to shut down? Let's shut it down, Joey. Thank you, everybody in the live stream, for playing along on the this or that, and thank you for joining us tonight.
AC or Windows?
Glad that
that's a good one. Next week.
Everybody. Yeah, hold on to that for next week. We can be on YouTube and Facebook now and Twitch, and it seems like this worked pretty well tonight, Joey.
Yeah.
It seemed like it came off pretty good, so I'm happy about that. Thank you, everybody, for joining us in the live stream. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And if you're looking to get a hold of us, facebook.com/Angler Magazine Chesapeake, on Instagram @Chesapeake Angler and @BN Rains, on YouTube, youtube.com/Chesapeake Angler. And of course, you can read the e-magazine online at ChesapeakeAnglerMag.com. Joey, how can folks get in touch with you?
Call me.
There you go.
410-231-3850 if you want to leave a voicemail.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Did we talk about that before? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want to leave us a voicemail, I don't think we've offered that much here.
No, not at all.
Got something quick to talk about, want to ask a question, I don't know, you want to, anything you want, 410-231-3850.
And
we might play it on the bike podcast. It's like roulette. We might play it here.
Voicemail roulette.
Yeah.
Michael, I saw you come in late. And down at the bottom says, "I want to book a trip." Thank you, Michael. That support means a lot. And that will be available here. I'm working with Fair Harbor right now to get my reservation system set up and running on the website. And if you want to be a Fort Hill kayak angler, I'm not going to say that again. I'm not going to use
the Fort Hill kayak anglers.
You can actually join Fort Hill kayak anglers off of the website at MarylandKayakOutfitters.com. Already, you can go ahead and do that. And we've had several people do so. You got anything else, Joey? Shutting it down?
My Instagram is
sorry.
if you would like to look at some...
It threw me when it stopped recording. I'm like, But
I have we have I manage a kayak store. where I accessorize everybody. I set Brian up with all his
Yes.
foothill kayak angler
Yes.
accessories and kayaks.
Yes.
At Pack Paddle Sports. I'm the Patuxent Convention Center.
There you
I
go.
manage a shop. So
All right, everybody. Thank you much for listening. We'll talk to you again next week.
love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Oh, I said it first.
I can't hit. Now I'm reaching over to hit the stop button. It's not working.
Do you know how many minutes you have?
It was like in the 50s, but we're still
Oh, so
live
almost
streaming.
there.
Hey, live stream folks, thank you very much
Yep.
for joining us here tonight in our experiment to see if all of these different channels worked. I think the chat worked really well.
Yep.
And thanks everybody for being a part of it. And we'll talk to you again next week.
Love you. Bye.
Love you.